think that was the longest. That was the biggest.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh. Look at those faces. Look how much bathroom there is.
Because they have to go to the bathroom.
Yep, there's a lot of clothes. Where's the vampire bat?
Oh, he's going to show us.
Oh, it's over
That
there.
kid's like, ah!
Let's all move in here if we can.
That's a... Oh, no!
Look at that. Oh, pretty big, aren't they?
Mom, look at the baby one.
Oh, yeah, there's some little ones. Oh, my God. Look at how they crawl.
And Mom, look at the one next to the big one.
Look at this one right here.
I want you to notice the owl. She's in training. You need to be as quiet as possible for this new owl. She's only less than 5 months old. She was mauled by a dog. Her mother was killed. She had to be raised by people in Alabama. She just came to us recently. She's in training to be in front of audiences. Well, guess what? You're an audience. So, her name is Sam. She's a Michigan owl as well. It's called a barred owl, not a barn owl, a barred owl. They like to live along rivers, swampy areas. Hey, Sam. She doesn't really do her hoot yet. Once she's an adult, she'll sound pretty awesome. It'll sound like she's saying some words. Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? And it sounds sort of like this. She sort of tries to imitate me when I do it, but that's the baby begging call. She does that most of the time still. Let's try the adult call. That's baby talk.
Where's the baby?
Well, she's still pretty young.
She's a baby.
But
Really young.
you can try one time. We can't all be making noises.
I heard that.
She's not impressed. All right, let's move on to the bats. She fell out of the nest before she could fly, and Mom was feeding her on the ground like a good mother. Probably a storm.
Take a picture as we go along, okay? Come.
The vampire bats are highly unimpressible.
Okay.
Vampire bats are
One
over
going
there.
up in the tub there.
Okay, I'm going to put you down so you can go up to the
They're
front.
the smartest bats on Earth. They're called the Einsteins of the bat world. They're unique in a couple of other ways. They cannot eat meat. They can't chew solids. They have almost no teeth. Their gut is designed for only one food, blood. There are actually 3 species of them, and they're American, South American. And they're responsible for doctors developing new medicines for humans. You see in their mouth, they have clot busters. In their mouth, they have enzymes that keep blood from clumping together and making a scab. So all they need is a tiny scratch made by their front teeth. Look at the picture up there. Not canine teeth. They don't actually poke holes. They don't have fangs. They make a scratch and then they lick for about half an hour. After they've finally gotten about 2 to 3 tablespoonfuls of blood out of a little scratch, then they leave. Yeah.
He's licking himself.
Do they eat? Do they do people?
They will occasionally go on a human in Brazil or Costa Rica, in the jungle, in a hut with no money for screens for windows. But they rarely come back for seconds on humans. About 9 out of 10 of us actually give them gas and diarrhea. Seriously. So don't bother humans too much. But they have been known to. They have a medicine right down the street at Beaumont now, TPA, and there's a new one, HTPA, which is coming down the pipeline from vampire bats.
Really?
Thank you, bats.
Our neighbor
It's
was
for
one
a
of the,
stroke.
when they used that on him when he had his massive stroke to the brainstem, and he's one of the only people that's had 100% recovery
100% recovery from a
Really?
massive stroke of the
brainstem
brainstem.
stroke. Thank you, vampire bats. Cool stuff, huh? They're working on a dozen new medicines.
Who's bats are
Horseshoe crab blood is in everything I need.
Horseshoe crab blood, yeah, poor horseshoe crab.
Yeah, I know.
At
They
least
get
they
poked
get
all
to
the
live
time.
usually, but about 30% die.
No.
Well, let's see. We can do more on vampire bats. Like, what do they eat?
Make them
They like tender young blood. So, any volunteer kids?
Vampire bat. Saliva.
No, we have cow blood in there. It's down around 2 billion.
Anticoagulant.
Right. It's a clot buster, which if you have the clot type stroke, you can break that up. This stuff works better than Drano on a stuck drain. It's amazing.
Yep.
I don't handle the vampire bats. They're new, they're shy,
I'm
they
sorry.
bite right through leather. Their teeth are designed to snip skin. And so I really don't want to handle one. I got bitten by one once and I bled for about 10 minutes. Now it wasn't squirting or anything, it was just a
It
noose.
just wouldn't stop.
But it wouldn't stop. I filled 2.5 paper towels and I was using pressure. Finally it rinsed out and then I was fine and now I can't see my reflection in a mirror. You'll have to explain that to kids.
Bella
We'll look at
Lugosi.
the big bat. We'll look at the vampire bats before we go.
Hi, Camilla. How's the biggest bat in the world?
There's the biggest dance in the world.
My girl.
Bite him in the nose.
Oh, pardon me.
You like to lick a lot.
Oh my gosh.
She's beautiful.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Weighs 3 pounds.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
she's handicapped and can't fly. She weighs more.
Goodness.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Better watch out.
So you got one deal?
Avoiding their balls.
Hard to
Yep.
blame her. She's retired. She can't use one foot. She has arthritis.
Ow, ow,
So
ow,
just get fussy.
ow.
Yeah. You can imagine I don't stop at restaurants on the way home too much. That's all the time.
Here comes that smelly guy again.
Ow.
Some rage.
This one here and this one here are endangered golden bats, or also known as Rodrigues fruit bats. Extremely rare animals because they only live on one island in the entire world. It's out in the Indian Ocean, one of the Mauritius Islands, the island of Rodrigues. We're lucky to have them at all. In fact, they're the only animals that we don't own. They're all owned worldwide still by the government of that island. They're rare. It's the only mammal that ever lived there, and they almost went extinct. There were less than 60 left, due to human neglect and cutting down of rainforests, that kind of thing. Well, the call went out. Conservation was done by us and groups like us and folks like you that join groups like ours. They have several thousand bats on their island. So conservation can be done from afar by working through organizations. You know that? Egyptian fruit bats like the story Stella Luna. Let's get one out.
Even like
That's a wonderful story. You guys don't have that.
Today.
I'm really getting tired of moving aside.
The alpha male nipped my finger. He's protecting his harem. Didn't hurt me. Just pinched it. This is one of our hand-raised young ones, or older ones. What?
There's a bat on
Oh, come here. There's something on your nose. You smell funny. I'm going to walk down through so everyone gets to see me. Okay, this is a long, thin spot. This bat eats fruit and loves watermelon pink.
To the limbo. Hi, blueberry boy.
You're backing away, Lucas. What's the deal?
Oh, portrait time.
It's just like our dog.
Oops, sorry, Mom. It looks like you got in this video.
You can see why they were nicknamed flying foxes. They have the canine face. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Isn't that sweet? Well, you're so calm. I knew I could get away with it. Oop, she came off my shirt.
Ready to jump?
Look,
Fruit salad. But she's smart. That nose can pick up fruit smells from a mile away. These bats have been known to sneak up while we're cleaning cages and notice that we used a fruit shampoo. They'll lift our hair with their thumbs and sniff it. That's kind of weird. She comes and lands on me all the time. This is Aurora. She's one of our tamest ones. Aurora, you are just so laid back. You're such a good girl. She likes your chin rub. They are soft. Not all of them. The endangered golden bats have kind of a kinky fur that's a little rougher. What? Are you ticklish? Oh, where? Oh, hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. You can't run away.
I think that's enough.
Hey, Bat.
Close it up.
Okay.
Let's get her to flap. I need a little bit of space. She's a couple feet wide.
Amazing.
Watch, she's gonna put her wings out.
Aurora, flap your wings.
Whoa.
Yes, your feet are stuck. I know. I'm sorry. I have to hold you. She's like, hey, I'll show you some flapping with all my feet.